And welcome back to another episode of The Credit Authority. Once again, I am your host, Rhonda Kulch, and I am so glad that you tuned in today. We always like to start our segment by thanking our sponsor. Thank you so much to Equity First. If you are experiencing credit and or financial challenges, feel free to reach out to any one of their trained professionals. They are bilingual, nationwide, and waiting for your call. They could be reached at 631-714-4822. And with us, I am so excited for today's guest. We have Desi Bartlett. She is a celebrity yoga teacher as well as a women's health expert. Desi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. I'm just enjoying the beauty of Hawaii and super excited to connect with you, Rhonda.
You know what? I'm laughing because I say good morning, but it is like 4 a.m. by you.
It's early, but it's all good. I have a really wonderful morning routine, and I wake up with the dawn, and I love it.
And I love that. And, you know, a lot of our guests that come on the show, we're more of a financially based show. But what I love about wanting to have you on is the work-life balance and what you bring, especially to a woman who is there to do it all, right? So if we don't give our bodies a chance to relax, or we don't give our body the nutrition that it needs, we cannot, really function and be sustainable to all the things that we have to offer. And I love the things that you represent. So why don't you take a few minutes to share your story and how you grew into who you are today?
Oh my goodness, amazing. So I really love to support women through all the transitions of life, whether it's pregnancy, new motherhood, menopause. And I think that what we're all kind of looking for is how to support and cultivate really radiant energy, to feel vital, to feel great from the inside out. And I see finance as part of that as well. I think that's part of the expression of how we're feeling inside. It's all energy. And so for me, what I found was that when I was pregnant for the first time and I would go to yoga classes, I was already teaching yoga. I already had a couple of degrees and certifications and felt established in my field. But when I would go to these prenatal yoga classes, I felt like Goldilocks. Like, this one's too easy. This one's too hard. This one, they don't say the word baby. And I knew that I had all of the skills to create something, to design a program to support women. And now that I'll just share my age. I'm 51 years old. I'm on that precipice of menopause. I find the same thing. I'm like, where am I going to find this information to support me? And if I can't find it, then a lot of other women can't find it. And so my calling, my mission is to support women, again, through all of the transitions and phases of life, because I really feel like we take care of the world. So who's going to take care of us?
And I love that, because I am a big supporter of women. And for those that know me, know that I am fierce. And my big thing is, I always say to people, I work at one speed. That speed may be fast, but it's my speed and it's where I am comfortable. But as a woman, there are changes to our body that absolutely occur, and creating balance is so important. And I know that in addition to helping women through their pregnancy, and you're speaking about menopause, I'm right there with you. It's dreadful. I am generally a happy person. The hormones are insane. My mood swings. So I apologize in advance to those who have been a victim. But you need balance in your life. And I know that in addition to doing your yoga, you've also written a book to help women that are going through their body changes as well. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Yes. So my most recent book is called Total Body Beautiful: Secrets to Looking and Feeling Your Best After Age 35. And we chose the age of 35 because that's when perimenopause can begin. And perimenopause is when estrogen begins to decline. Progesterone can begin to decline as well. And we start to see those first few little changes. Maybe there's a little bit of hair loss, or skin conditions, or mood can be affected, or even your sleep. And so I teamed up with two amazing trainers. I lived in LA for 20 years, and these two gals and I shared clients all the time. Nicole Stewart is a Pilates expert. She's fabulous. And then Andrea Orbeck is simply the best personal trainer that I know. And then, of course, I'm the yoga component. So we came together as a group of women supporting each other so that we could support women around the world. And we wrote this book during COVID. So it was so important to us to share everything that we share with our celebs, with every woman everywhere.
I love it. And I was told also that Kate Hudson wrote the foreword to your book.
She did. So Nicole has worked with Kate for oh my goodness, 25 years, I think. They've worked together since Almost Famous. And I had the pleasure of working with Kate during her third pregnancy with Ronnie Rose. And I think that she just really embodies what we're trying to communicate, which is feeling great from the inside out. And that includes mental health and emotional health. Like, if you want to lose 5 pounds and look cute in your skinny jeans, I get it. I love it. I appreciate it. But that's not generally who I work with. Who I work with is usually someone who wants to have that sustained energy and be present in her body, her mind, and her heart. So Kate represents that to me.
Absolutely. And I think, what we're speaking about too is, these are life changes. These aren't one and done, right? As you're saying, these are clients that are working with you to be sustainable for long-term future gain.
Absolutely. And I would imagine that it's the same in finance. You can save a certain amount of money for one big expenditure, but how are you going to sustain your life and make sure that you have enough resources for everything that you want to create? Energy is the same across the board, whether it's physical energy or financial energy, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And, it goes back to, the fact, again, we speak about finance and we bring on all varieties of entrepreneurs onto the show, and you are an entrepreneur. So let's talk for a minute about some of the challenges that maybe you've had with building your brand and getting people to know who you are.
Yeah, so I remember a long time ago, I was working at Equinox. I was the group fitness director, and I was hired away by a major yoga products company. And I really wanted to be on camera and to share everything that I do. And I wrote this whole program out, and they were super excited. And then they found out that I knew how to be an executive, and they hired me as the product director. And I was really excited to create products and to bring them out into the world. But what I found was we kind of shelved my on-camera project. And I'm like, wait, I really want to share what I do with everybody through my own voice and not just through other talent. And they said to me, we don't feel like you should be both on-camera talent and behind the scenes. Like, pick one. And that's when I realized, oh, I'm going to have to do this myself. And so I lovingly resigned and I moved on, and I started to create the vision, and I started to approach companies. And this was like early 2000s. So at that point, my one goal was I really want to do a DVD. And now 10 DVDs later, many different series on Beachbody and iFit, I've appeared in many different places, always sharing my own voice. So my advice really is, if you know what your vision is, don't settle. Like, go out, create it, take a chance.
And I love that. And I know, too, people can follow you on YouTube. You have an entire display of free available options right there on YouTube. How did you grow your subscribers?
So I find that word of mouth is really so important. And I'm really active on social media and Instagram. And I also find that whatever your intention is so important. So if your intention is clear, then you're going to naturally attract more people. So I created a YouTube channel during the COVID closures, and I started to create like little PE classes with my kids so that kids around, the world could enjoy working out indoors with their parents. Then I started to create yoga programs for professionals who were at home on Zoom all day. And so the intention was so clear of wanting to empower people inside of their homes that I think that it just naturally spread. And so now I've changed the focus a little bit, and now I'm really interested in sharing some of the beauty and joy of Hawaii, Because when I look outside the window, Rhonda, it's like the Pacific Ocean and the trees and Mother Nature is all around me. And if I can share that with others, it's my joy.
And I've looked at some of your social media, and hopefully our listeners will start to follow you and they'll look you up. But you look happy and healthy and radiant and natural. And you know what? Power to women that have that ability to decision make and take control of their own life. So once again, we are speaking today with Desi Bartlett. She is a celebrity yoga teacher and a women's health expert. Desi, tell everybody how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on my website, desibartlett.com, and then also on my Instagram, which is Mothers Into Living Fit. YouTube is also Desi Bartlett. I look forward to connecting.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I know that it's super early, so you have yourself a magnificent day. And until next time, stay tuned. We're bringing on our next guest.